Title.
And hello. Yes, now we're ready to have a new live session, and we today we have to talk about uh, an auction we have online, the website ending on Sunday with Van Elsacker Jepsen, and we also have the pleasure to, in a while, uh, put on a live interview with Serge because he's with us today. And in a while, we will go to Skilde in Belgium and talk with with our friend there. And then we can talk about the season of 2021 and the pigeons, and also talk about the auction that will end on Sunday. And as always, you're very welcome to put on your comments. And of course, also when we are online now, you can ask all the questions you have to Serge, to us, about the auction, about the pigeons, about the results, everything you want to know. That's your chance when you're live, that we can just, yeah, uh, ask everything you want, that we'll try as good as possible. It is live, so something can go wrong, I know, but that's also a little bit of the charm with this live, that we don't know what will happen. And you can see that already. Roland from Germany. Hello, Roland. Nice to see you online. And you're very welcome to write when you are with us, where you're with us, where you're from, and if you're watching. I can also say to the that for the first time we have tried to put this interview also on the Danish part of our Facebook site, because then we can take everything in one go. And so if you're Danish, hvis du er dansk, eller norsk, eller svensk, så er du velkommen til at stille dit spørgsmål på dansk, eller norsk, eller svensk, og jeg vil prøve at oversætte det, hvis der sker noget. Vi tager det hele. So that was just a greeting to our Scandinavian friends, that they are also welcome to ask the questions in their language, so that everybody can be with us today. So I think we'll try to go live to Skilde and see if we have Serge somewhere live, and I'll see if we can put it on. Here we are.
Not dead yet. Still alive.
Still alive.
Yeah.
Hello, Serge. Welcome.
Hey, hello.
Hello. How are you?
Good. The weather's not so good, but I'm okay. So
yeah,
a lot of corona here, but here everybody's okay. So
yeah,
yeah.
And it's a little bit crazy, because I remember that 1 year ago when we talked, we also talked about corona, and it seems like it's just been a part of the world now, that even though that we have used almost 2 years, we still talk about corona, and we have still the problems in the world. So it's a really, really big pandemic.
Yeah, it's a big issue, huh? So
yeah. We just say hello to Guy from Belgium.
Guy.
And Skendi, that's from Norway.
Yep.
And what do we have here? We have Diego from Italy. Very, very nice to see you online. So, Serge, I can see that you have the same weather as we have today.
Yeah, rainy.
Very gray.
And rain, yeah, a lot of rain.
Yeah. That's it's not the best pigeon weather.
Well, I don't let them out in the winter anyway because of the bird of prey.
Yeah.
So taking care of the pigeons is very easy now. Just feed them and water them, and I pair up the breeders. So that's
Okay.
a little bit of work. But other than that, the racing pigeons, they don't come out from second week in September till the first week in March. So because if I let them out all winter, I don't think I have the half of my team left. So
no, we have the same problem.
yeah.
But is it normal that you breed you do winter breeding?
Breeding.
Yeah, in the winter time.
That I always do because it's not so for the first round. I could spare that, but if I don't start breeding, I cannot use my third round. I like to have 3 rounds.
Okay.
If something happened with the bird of prey in the beginning of the season, if you have a bad race, I like to keep that third round as a reserve.
Yeah.
But also they have to be old enough to race them. And usually they're with my best. The round I always lose the most because of all the issues we have here. It's the first round. There's hardly anything left. Some years, yes. Like this year, I have some left. But some years, from 80 pigeons, there's 6 or 8 left because all the others are gone. So that's why I need 3 rounds. If I would have paired up, would have paired up beginning of January. It's early enough. But then I get in trouble with my third round.
Yeah.
They're too young. I cannot do anything with them, and I like to try them. I don't keep any pigeons that I've not raised as a young bird. I don't keep them because I know myself. Next year in May, I forget all about it, and the one who are not trained as a young bird, sending them in the beginning of May to the middle distance, gone. You know that. When the weather's not so great, gone. Everything is gone here once you go over 350 kilometers, and they have no experience as a young bird. It's too dangerous. It's not worth feeding them all winter. It's not worth it.
But how many breeders do you have then?
I have with the pair I put the eggs under. I have 40 pair. I have 30 pair breeders. They're producing.
Yeah.
I don't know which one are some are. I don't have really couples that I always put together. In the first round, I paired everything otherwise than I did last year. But 3-4 hens that I breed with several cocks that have good, they're going to be there on the third and second and third round. But I have 30 breeders. And
I see that you also have. When I look at the birds on the auction, I can see that you also take quite young birds and, let's say, half brother, half sister, or brother, sister from the good ones, and put into the breeding already as a young age to continue your strain, your family.
I like that because I'm 63 years old. I have 53 F pigeons. I think you know me a long time. I think I'm a good fancier. I always. If you beat me, you're going to be first in the club or nearly close to first. You know that?
Yeah, I know that.
But I still cannot say this is a good one, this is a bad one. I cannot do that. I think nobody in the world can do that. Some people think they can do it, but I guarantee you, if they do it 5 years without racing, they're lost because they have the most beautiful pigeons in the world, but probably no good enough anymore. So I don't know which one the good ones are, but what I like very important is put young pigeons on the breeding loft. I don't like with 13, 14, 15-year-old pigeons, if they're still fertile, or one who's one fertile, 1 egg in a year or 2 eggs in a year. It can be as good as I want. I don't want them because I put a good hen to him and I lose whole breeding season having one youngster. I'd rather have from young birds that I don't know anything of for my best breeders or my best racers and try those. And sometimes it's unexpected that you have a very good one from a pair you don't expect it. So, no, but I think, to my opinion, but I'm humble in that, I think nobody knows it. We have to try. And Willem de Bruyn always said to me, the more lottery you buy, the more things you buy for the lottery, the more chance you have to win. So that's why I breed 3 rounds, try them, and that's my goal. And I think I've been okay for the last 35 years or 40 years, I think.
So. Yeah. And it's always, I also think that when you do the old breeders always give you some kind of problems. Then maybe the hen will only lay 1 egg, or only one egg is fertile. It's also so stressful. Also, when you really want to breed your pigeons for your racing, then you have the problems, and that's also something that we discovered from the old breeders. It's always giving some kind of
Yeah,
issues.
that's what I found. And winter is not natural breeding, so
No,
I think you
exactly.
better can save those till April, May, and then breed youngsters from it. Of course, you cannot race them anymore, but they
No,
have proven over 8 or 10 years that they've been good breeders for racers and breeders, and put
yeah,
those young birds in the stock loft.
yeah,
But as soon as I have problems with old pigeons, I remove them. I don't want it. I cannot stand problems.
no,
And maybe I would have one or two more in the future years, but I don't think it's worth the trouble and the hen or the cock losing a whole year with that one pigeon. I don't think it's worth the trouble. And of course, if I would have a breeder that breeds nothing like superstars, which is very rare.
yeah,
I think I had one in my whole life that did that. It was in 1984, but still then he bred bad pigeons, but he bred so many good ones
yeah,
that it was an exception. But other than that, I don't think we have it. So when a pigeon is too old and too much trouble, get rid of it. That's my opinion. People other are emotionally involved with that pigeon and emotionally involved. I'm not emotionally involved with anything. I like the pigeons. I take care of them as good as I can. But if I think time is to go, they will go. I'm the
yeah,
boss.
yeah,
So
yeah, yeah. Okay, let me see. What is this? There was a question here. I would like to know his opinion about how often should we introduce new pigeons when we have a family? Oh, that's a good question.
I think personally, I would introduce every year pigeons. I do that. Because why? If I introduce every year pigeons and once in 5 years I find the right cross, you will not get me away from the picture like I did prove in the last 40 years, I think. I think if you wait 5 years to get a new introduction and the introduction doesn't work because you never know, it's big names and a lot of pedigrees from here to Tokyo, but are the pigeons good?
Yeah,
Maybe they are. Does they work with your family? That we have to try and see.
yeah,
And that's why I introduce every year pigeons, but I have not much patience. If they don't produce in the first year, I'll give them a second year, but that's it. Out. Gone.
yeah,
Because
yeah,
they have to prove. I like young bird racing, especially 220 to 400 kilometers. I like that. And I was always good in it. So they have to prove on those races that they can do it as a young bird. Maybe they're not good all birds, but they give me some satisfaction as a young bird and I'll keep them. If they don't prove anything in 2 years, out. I don't want them.
yeah,
It's too much trouble, too much work, too much. It's good pigeons will breed themselves immediately.
yeah. It
My
also
opinion,
has
my opinion, Martin.
you also have always have to exchange some birds, and if you keep them too long, you cannot have any room for the new ones coming in. So
Yeah.
they really need to prove. But I know that you raise them as young birds and as yearlings, and I know that you like these races. So that's also the right perspective for you, that they
For
have to
me, maybe
perform.
not for other people. Huh?
No, they have to perform as youngsters and yearlings, and then keep it or not keep it. Okay.
It's sometimes I have a brother from a good one as a young bird that didn't do anything as a young bird. I'll still keep it because I think not all good young birds are good old birds, and not all bad young birds are bad old birds. I agree. But if you introduce a family and nothing flies as a young bird and nothing flies as a yearling, they don't work with you with the family you have.
No.
And that's something I try every year. And I must be honest, if I find something that improves me once in 5 years, I'm happy
Yeah.
because I know they're not going to kick me off the board.
No. But I can see on the pedigrees from the auction that you have some favorites that you try to bring into your loft.
No, I always said in my whole life, I first have to like the fancier, and I have to like the pigeon, and the pigeon have to be the purpose that I have, my goal, I'm not going to introduce Barcelona pigeons.
No.
Because I'm not racing Barcelona. What the hell would I do with it?
Yeah.
I always think when it's Barcelona at that time in the year, I think, shit, I should have tried some Barcelona pigeons and introduced Barcelona. But then I know I'll get too much work, and I'd rather do one thing correctly than 5 things not correctly. And so I think first, you have to like the fancy, Martin, because everybody can sell pigeons. Everybody like to sell pigeons. Me too.
Yeah.
But if they don't want to give you the good ones, you will not have success with them.
No.
And
It's
that's
also
first. Second, the pigeons have to be the type of pigeon I like, the family pigeon I like, and the distance I'm racing.
Yeah.
That's one thing I always keep in my mind. Sometimes, most of the time, I don't get success with them, but then once in 5 years, I find the success, and it keeps going. So
super. Oh, here's a greeting from Russia. Hello from Russia. I believe that you have a lot of snow at the moment.
Snowy Russia.
Yeah. But I see, talking about the families, I see that you have a lot of alley pigeons.
I don't have so much, but
success.
I tell you the truth. I bought about 12, and I had success with 3.
Okay.
And 2 are very, very, very good. And from both, I have already. From one, I have 4, and the other, I have 3 first prize winners, ace pigeons. So they did good. But not all of them were good. So the other ones are gone already. The other ones are gone. I don't do that. If they produce further, that we have to see in the future. But immediately they give me good ones. As a young bird, as a yearling, ace pigeons. So that's success, huh?
Yeah, that's super.
That's success, huh?
So maybe you can about success. Maybe you can present us something about the last season here in 2021.
Yeah.
I believe it was a good season.
It was a good season and it was a bad season. It was a good season for racing, especially my young birds were extremely good. I kept them. That's why I didn't go to the nationals with the young birds, because I know it's going to cost me feathers, and I don't go train with young birds. I cannot perform like I want to perform. So I kept them on the middle distance and the short distance, and I won the last 6 weeks. We had 12 races. I won 9, and 2 times second and 1 time third. I think that's good racing. Eh? The old birds start very well in the beginning, really good. But then we had a 4-night in the basket from La Souterraine. A lot of pigeons in all Belgium, including in my loft, came back sick. I won that race. I won that race national in the section. I was 8th national of Belgium. But globally, my second best pigeon came Wednesday. It was an hour in the loft. It died. I lost about 14 pigeons from 35. So that was a heavy race for me. And then I heard a provincial winner from the week before in Brabant also came home Tuesday, died. So I called immediately the vet, Henk de Weert, and tell him, I saw it the next morning. I did okay in racing, but they did not recover like I like to have. So I called Henk de Weert and I told him, Henk, I have a problem. I think the birds came home sick from the race. But I did not know the whole true story then afterward, because you don't hear that immediately, that other fanciers also have the problem.
No.
And so he advised me to give 5 days of medication, amoxicillin. What's the name in the weird product? Amco. And they recovered well. I didn't have
5 days. 5 days.
I give it 5 days in racing season. I kept racing. After La Souterraine, the week after, we had a break in the national program of the great middle distance. So I didn't send any, but the small middle distance pigeons that did not have that problem from La Souterraine kept on racing very well. I was champion in the Antwerp Union West, second with the yearlings, second ace pigeon in the Schilder Club. I won everything. But the national pigeons did not perform like they are worded after that bad race from La Souterraine. No. And what I also had, never in my life, I lost 34 old birds and yearlings. Never in my life I lost 34 all birds in yearling. What was gone, except here and there. Wednesday, one came back, he died an hour later. Everything that came back was ruined for the race. So for next year, I only have 15 old birds, 7 hens and 8 cocks. And I have 80 yearlings. Because I don't keep birds that have experienced that. I don't keep them in the racing team because I think they will crack again. If they have a great smooth season, they will do it and they will perform okay. But if they have another one bad race, it's over. And I want to avoid that. Maybe I did wrong, I don't know. But I keep the 15 best and the middle distance pigeons that flew well. I kept those. I put a few in the stock loft. I removed a few. And that's how I see it. So with all birds, I was happy in the beginning. At the end, from the championships, I'm still happy. But what happened in the season, I'm not happy.
No.
With young birds, I don't think they can race any better than they did now. No. I don't think so. They did really good.
Yeah. Super. I have, what is that question? There's a question here. It's in Danish. I try to translate. That's from Mustafa, and he's asking if you have any experience with the one love racing with your pigeons, or maybe other ventures with your pigeons trying to put them into one love racing.
I know, I think you know, but I'm not sure you know. Hendrik Melgaard bought 2 in the auction last year.
Yeah.
He was 4th in the Danish Open with a youngster from 2 from that auction.
Yeah.
I don't know if you knew it. I think you know it, don't you?
Yeah, I know it. I have to ask,
So he sent me a thank you, and he said I'm 4th in the. I think it was 4th. No, if I'm wrong, correct me. Yeah? I think he was 4 in the final.
In what race?
In your race in Denmark. I don't know if are there multiple races in Denmark.
No, there's only it's I know where it is. It is in the north. It's in the north. It's a Morsekop, we call it.
I have no idea. It was in Denmark, you said.
Yeah. Okay, then
I'm looking, but I can't find the message immediately.
No, but it's okay.
And that was from 2 pigeons that he bought last year in that auction.
Yeah. I remember now. Saw the pedigree.
But other than that, I don't do myself one love races. But I bred the winner of the South African $1 million race 5 or 6 years ago. It was an American pigeon. I bred the parents from that pigeon. And then they went to America. And Steve Marder sold them to that guy, and he bred the winner from the South African $1 million race.
Okay.
So,
do you know?
They do it? I think they can do it, but I have no experience with it.
Do you remember the lines of that couple?
That was the Serge Van Elsacker.
The Serge Van
like my first pigeon, that was sister from the 19th National Ace pigeon. From that lines it was from Rudy de Saar and Gabby Van Elsacker.
Okay, I just answer in Danish. Mustafa, katalog nummer 1 fra de samme linjer som det par, som røg til USA, som aflede vinderen af $1 million race i Sydafrika. Yes. Okay, goody. There's some more. That's also from Russia. Yeah, your YouTube channel has been very great. Okay, thank you very much. Okay, that's just some greetings. Okay. What about in the auction? Is there some of the birds that we need to talk especially about, or do we have any birds with you today? Or
I took 6 birds out.
Okay.
A few with the color I could find immediately because they're still in the aviary, everything among them.
Yeah. But
a few that I found are not appreciated, and I don't think people know what they are, and maybe they're not so popular anymore. I'm not a fancier that's going to buy pigeons. I'm not going to mention a name, but from that fancier because he's very popular and that sell pigeons. I'm only racing my own pigeons. I want to win, and I want the people that buy them also win.
Yeah.
Following, maybe not so popular anymore, could be, but that's something I cannot help. I tried to send 20 high quality pigeons to the auction,
Yeah.
And I cannot do more than that. And every bird that's in the auction is either from proven breeders or from breeders that bred last year. Like this year, like I said, an unbelievable team of young birds.
Yeah.
That's
But
what I can do.
I agree on that. But you can maybe you can find a bird, and then I will ask you a question. You can take the bird with your hands and hear the question with the ears, because I have a question here from a guy. What do you recommend preventing respiratory problems? I don't know if you do. If you have any,
I go. I
you go
don't.
to the vet.
I don't think you can do anything to prevent respiratory problems. I think when you have respiratory problems, you can give a medication. But I always go to the weird, hang the weird, and I'll let examine the bird, and he helped me further then with that. So sometimes it's always his products that are in there. I don't know. There's always an antibiotic in there, but you know that the group of antibiotic that you can give to your pigeons is limited. It's always the same. Come back.
Yeah.
But I don't think you can do anything to prevent respiratory. Okay? You can give them a good health, a good loft, a good food, vitamins. But then still, if they're in the basket with the wrong pigeons, you can have respiratory. I don't think if you, I think my opinion is what I do for 40 years. If I have respiratory in the winter, I'll look at the pigeon. If it's not a cracker jack, I kill it. Very simple. If he can't stay healthy in the winter, he can't stay healthy in the racing season. No. But racing season is a different kind of story because they go in the basket with 29 other pigeons, and you know how it is in the Schilder Club. We always get our pigeons divided. I cannot say I want 30 of my pigeons or 25 in that basket, and no other pigeons with them. They don't do that. You know that. No. So they can bring respiratory from the races because there's only one animal that goes in a truck for 2-3 days and then come home. Usually they go to the slaughterhouse, like pigs and chickens. Yeah. But our pigeons come home and they can have respiratory. When you have that, I would advise not just try something that you find out, but go to the vet and find his treatment. That's the only thing I can say.
Yeah, but that's one of the really big advantages of Belgium and Holland and Germany, that you have a lot of vets that you can choose from. And in many countries, also here in Denmark, we have vets, but they don't know anything about pigeons. So that's so we have to go maybe to Belgium or to Holland to ask our questions.
No, I think if you, to be honest, I go to the vet. I went 2 weeks ago to check everything. Everything was fine. I had the droppings on paratyphoid to see if they have paratyphoid. Everything was negative. I go to the vet now the half of February, and that's it. And if I have a problem, I call him and I say, this is that or this is that. If I should have heavy respiratory problems, I have 53 years experience. You can find out what you see. I know before I go to the vet what's wrong with the pigeons. And that sounds maybe very, how do you call it, big-headed. But either you're a fancier or you're not. And I think if you take the phone and say, hey, Henk, or I don't know which one, or you vet or Raf Herbots, or I don't know, to the Belgian vet and say, I have this problem, he will help you by the phone. You don't have to drive to Belgium.
No, exactly.
And that I just mean hearing from the club, he gave this and he gave that, and he bought this and he bought that. And if you're going to try it yourself, it can work. But for 99% it goes wrong the next time you do it. It maybe helped one time, but the next time you say, oh, why? This only helped one time. Yeah, and that's something that's not worth for me. I don't do that. I hope you understand what I mean.
Okie dokie.
Okay.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Good. But I just put this screen on, full screen here. So I just want to show the auction. If you don't know where the auction is, I can put on the website here also for people to see. And at the moment, we have 20 very nice pigeons online on the auction that ends on Sunday. So, and now we want to talk about some of the birds. Elsacker has chosen 6 that he wants to show us. and you can find them all here. And I will try to find them also on the auction so you can follow, and we can talk about them and see what they are after. I'll put you on again, Serge, so you have the screen to show us the
I
bird.
don't know if you wait a minute. You see it like that. This is a very nice. All the youngsters are 4th or 5th round. They never were out of the loft. They were not selected in races. They're only from the breeders that bred me over the years good ones, or bred young couples that bred me good ones this year.
Yeah.
And this is a sister. Her sister was the best pigeon in Belgium last year after 7 national races. She was 3rd best pigeon after 8 national races of whole Belgium, not from the club. She was first age pigeon in the club and first age pigeon in the championship phone club. Another brother this year was first age pigeon in the championship phone club again. Not the same like last year, but another one from the same. And this is a very, very beautiful hen. It's from the same father, but the mother, unfortunately, I killed because she could not stand on her legs anymore. And from this couple, I have a very good young cock, number 032. The mother I put on also bred with other pigeons, good pigeons. So this is a very, very nice, a very buoyant, nice hen.
And I can really see if I choose, I just show the website. It's here on lot number 12. It's looking very nice on the photo. It looks very nice live. And as also Serge told us, that is a half sister to Finche, first national ace pigeon in 2020 on 6 middle distance races. And again, also half sister to first ace pigeon also in 21, as you said. So really nice lines.
It's really a nice. It's really a nice pigeon. Really very buoyant, very close to fence. It's a pigeon I like. It's pigeons like I like to breed them. But if it's a good one, I don't know. If I knew, I would not sell it. But nobody knows. So unfortunately, but it surprised me that from this line that. This pigeon is a good pigeon. It's just a beautiful pigeon, really. But it's Martin. It's the type I like. Maybe you don't like it, but I think we have about a similar way of looking to pigeons. I think you would like it too. Okay?
Yeah.
I don't hear you anymore.
I'm here.
Okay.
Okie dokie.
Yeah, this is the red cock from the auction. It's number. Am I getting old? 368 or 366?
366, yes.
Yeah. The father is a son from Beyoncé, the 5th national ace pigeon KBDB. And the mother is a red hen for my friends from Germany, Bruno, which has the family from Günther Prange. From this couple, I have 2 very good young birds, a mealy cock and a blue-white flight hen. The blue-white flight hen flew 2 times second behind my own pigeons when I had the first 4. And the mealy cock also flew 4 times in the first 10. I only raised 2 from the couple because I want to see if they were good enough, and they are good enough. They are really. This is a very nice red cock. It's not a small one. It's a good size red cock. Really beautiful.
I put the photo on here.
Yeah, that's him.
There you can see that slot number 17. Looks very nice. Very nice colors, very nice eye. And also you can say if you only raise 2 from that same couple, that's also what we write here.
Yeah, I didn't have any early ones because I put another hen to him in the early first round and the eggs were clear. And I let her lay again and the eggs were clear again. And the hen was from 16. So I removed her, put this hen on, and it was number 377 and 378, I think. But they were for the 3rd round, so they only have 7-8 chances. They didn't have more chances. But from the first and second round, I had nothing because the hen, I killed her then afterward because I found out she laid bad eggs. She didn't lay any good eggs anymore. So, and that's the reason I only have 2. And this was the 4th round with his nest mate. And I thought, what should I do? Let them out or not? But that late in the year, for me, it's not really worth it. And so I did not do it anymore. But they're fully through the mold.
Yeah.
So this is 4th round, never out of the loft, never.
So they're ready for breeding now.
Oh yeah, they're ready because they were unfortunately among my breeding hens, and they got light too. Because I always put the light on 2 weeks before I pair, not with the racers, but I don't pair the racers anyway. But with the breeders, and they are in the aviary, and so they got light. Now I turned the light out for this aviary because otherwise they're going to be crazy. They're going to lay eggs as young as they are.
Yeah. Super bird. I just show it again here. You can see it's slot number 17.
This is the son of the captain. And the captain is from 2015. It's really one of my best breeders in 2nd and 3rd generation already. I got 4 from the same couple, from like captain, 2 brothers and a sister, and they all bred first prize winners. Oh. And he bred a lot of first prize winners, a captain. And this one was one of the 3rd round, got hit by a hawk. And the injury was not so bad, but he was so scared. I couldn't get him out anymore. When I pushed him out, he was gone all day, came back in the evening. So his 2 brothers, 195, 196, both flew in the top 5 in the club. One should have won the first prize, but he went up again, and he was only 3rd in the club, but he still was my first pigeon. And this one never raced because before the racing, this story happened with that hawk. And I put him in the aviary, and I thought either I put him in the stock loft or just see what I do with it. And now he's in that auction. It's a very, very. They from the captain. They have a very, very. They are the old Shellens line.
Yeah.
And they have a very, very long wing, a big wing, nice pigeons. There. These are crossings. With a crossing that worked out very, very fine. This is number. Maybe you can put it on, Martin. 284. Yeah.
We have him here.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I also see that you have 2 other full brothers of Captain, Cateau and
Cupido.
Cupido, yeah. So you have.
Yes.
Is that so that old couple must have been very, very successful for you also when you see that.
Yeah, that father bred unbelievably good pigeons. He bred like the first best pigeon of Pippa years ago with another hen, and that mother bred good pigeons. And I put these 2 together when the cock was 10 years old because he was 05, with the grandfather was 05. And these were the last youngsters that they bred with that hen. There were 4. I got 4 of them, 3 cocks and a hen. And I didn't know anything about them. And I got somebody here in the loft that he thinks he know a lot of pigeons, but this proved he didn't. And he didn't like them so much. So they were late, very late bred 2015. 2016, I couldn't breed them because they were too late, 2015. 2017, I didn't breed them because I thought when he says not so good, let's wait. Luckily for me, but it shows what I know from pigeons, nothing. But luckily, I didn't remove them. And then I started breeding them in 2018. And they all bred first prize winners. And even the following generations breeding first prize winners. Up to 700, 800 kilometers. From 215, I don't race Kivrin. I usually put them in for not clocking. But they're really, really good pigeons. And they're nice pigeons. I don't know why I took the risk not breeding them the first 2 years. It's stupid. It's really stupid. But you see, everybody makes mistakes. Luckily, I didn't remove them. And I still had them. And they're all bred first prize winners.
Yeah. So, and I just want to show on the auction here, just for people watching, that you have in this auction, if you want to follow that family, you have several. You have lot number 5, son of Cupido.
And then you have Cartouche.
and we have this one we just saw, lot number 8, and then
Yeah,
we have
and
number
you
9.
have
That's a daughter from Cartouche.
Yeah.
So we have and we have
You have a
also
daughter from
18.
Cartouche.
Yeah, that's 18, daughter of Cartouche. So you have actually the opportunity to what can I say, to gather this family with 4 from the auction.
Yeah, and they're all bred. Every brother and the one. I only have one sister, also from 2015, and they're all bred first prize winners. So it's a real good family, really good. Yeah. It's the old Schellens, Jansen Mulemans line actually.
Yeah.
From the National One, which was my original pigeons in 84 and in 81, 82, 84, 3, 4. They were a lot of French Stosus pigeons. And the Schellens pigeons came from French Stosus from Winterswijk. And they were actually the old Jansen Horskes van Riel lines, which nobody talks anymore about. But they prove here in my loft they still can win even 40 years later. So
we talk about Horskes van Riel in Denmark. That's also an old strain.
Very old. Yeah.
We have a question here from Spain. What distance are they up better on? And you just told that you raised them from about 200 to about 700 or 800 kilometers.
Yeah, I think they can do any. I think from 100 kilometers, you have a lot of better pigeons than I have. Maybe it's my sister because I feed them always as much as they want. So if they're early, they don't come in very good. But from 215 to 700, they can do it as long as they're home on the day. If they should come next morning, you better buy long distance pigeons because they're not. You're gonna ruin them because they're not born and built for that. But if they can make it on the day, even after 10, 11 hours racing, they will do it. I don't know where they are better, from 200 or 400 or 500 or 700. I don't know. I think they're good on every distance from that. But really pure sprint, 100 kilometers or 50 or 60 kilometers like we do here in Belgium, I don't enter that either because I don't want to get too nervous, don't get them down and then ruin them for the whole season. So I just put them in and don't clock them most of the time. And then from 215 kilometers, I like it when the wind is on the head, when they go to 3 hours. And then if they are okay and if they're good, they're hard to beat, really hard to beat. Even 400, 500 when the wind is on the head, they're really good, really good.
Super. Thank you. Here we have a comment from Denmark. It's a very beautiful pigeon, 717. That's lot number 3. That's the half sister of Sweet 16.
I know. I just have her here.
Oh, you have her?
Yeah, I took it because it's a half sister of the 8 national age pigeon.
Yeah.
Sweet 16 in 2016. KVD Belgium.
Here, 8 national age pigeon. And we can see it live.
I only took out 6 and I took out this one too because I could not understand it. This is the one.
Yeah.
This is the one. It's number 117 from 20, but they are summer breds from 2021. They're not from 20, yeah? All the pigeons that I had there have a band on from 2020 or summer breds 2021 because the club was out of our rings, and due to the COVID I had to go to Brussels to get rings, and I thought, well, just put them on the rings from pigeons I killed last year and we'll see what happens.
Yeah,
but they're also they're 5th round, but they're also ready molting. But this is a very beautiful, nice hen, and her brother is also very nice, really. And from the mother, I have 065 last year from this pair, because from the 8 national age pigeon is from the same mother, not from the same father. And they're both in my racing lot for next year. 065 flew a couple times really early as a young bird, really early.
Yeah, she looks very nice.
It's a hen, huh?
Yeah.
It's a hen.
She looks very beautiful. And she's more beautiful than on the photo because she's a little bit young on the photo, but you really see that it has developed.
You see on the flights, they were not ready with the molt. Now they are, right?
Yeah, she's
now they are more pigeons, huh?
Yeah. Really beautiful.
And then I have here 385, which is a half sister of the third national ace pigeon, KBDB. It's from the Yara.
Yeah, here we have it.
Half sister Yara. It's from the mother. It's from Babiske from 2014, which I have from the same pair. I have a very good young hen, number 2010. 210, sorry. Last three numbers 210, 61422110, which flew very, very good. And this is a half sister of the third national ace pigeon, KBDB, all Belgium, not club, huh? All Belgium. And she's unfortunately, you get such big number that she went to China. But this is also already molting. They're finished now, all the molt, and they were never out. This is fourth round. They were never out. But this is a beautiful young hen.
We can just show. I can show this one. That's the half sister.
That's her half sister from the same mother.
Yeah.
From the same mother.
But she went to China.
She went to China. Yeah.
Yeah. But it looks like she also have this a little bit bigger head like the sister.
Oh, it's a beautiful hen. Huh? Beautiful.
Yeah.
They're just beautiful pigeons. Look how they lay in your hand.
Yeah.
I don't hold them, man. They just lay there. Yeah. Really, and if you see like the back, I don't know. It's hard to show on the telly, yeah.
But you can see it's really stable.
Yeah. Really. And she has a pearl eye, I think, like her father. Her mother has a colored eye, and her father has a pearl eye, and she has a pearl eye.
Yeah.
And I think her brother has a colored eye. Her nestmate is also in the auction. 384, I think.
Yeah, we find that also. So you can show 384. Yeah, that's lot number 4. Showing here. That's the nest brother from the auction. And we also have here a greeting from USA. Hello, Dylan. Thank you both for doing this live greetings from USA and Utah. It's 3:30 in the morning.
Thanks for watching us.
Good morning, Dylan. Very nice to see you so early. That's commitment.
Yeah, it is.
So what do we have now?
I have 010, and I'm looking. Oh, this is that half brother from Honey, which was the ace pigeon last year, the second ace pigeon middle distance, second ace pigeon great middle distance, 28 national ace pigeons, all Belgium.
Yeah.
And from this father, you told me we talked about the alley pigeons.
Yeah.
And this is from Black Boy. Black Boy came from alley. He was a half brother of the first national Montauban with what's the name? With Lucky Eric, which was the father of the second national Jarnac. But from this father, with this, no, not with this hen. I have this year, last year I had then the ace pigeon. This year I have with 2 different hen, 2 first prize winners. But from that mother, which is a hen from Danny Van Avond, from his million line, I bred a lot of good pigeons already. So I put them together with this time to see how they were. And there are 2 cocks, a dark checker, which is in the auction, and this one. And I think this one still has, this is 5th round. He still has 2 flights to go. You see? And he won't throw them anymore because they stopped molting now. That's the 1010. But it's also summer bred 5th round from 2021, not from 2020. And I think if you're from a father that already bred 3 first prize winners with 3 different hens, I think you have a good chance with one of my best breeding hens that I have at the moment. That's the father. Yeah.
Yeah, that's Black Boy. Yeah.
But this is a cock. A really nice, buoyant cock. And these will, I think these will even go further than 700. I think they go to the 900, but I'm not interested in that. But they also win from the first prizes that they won this year were from 215 kilometers. So they can do it from short and can do it to further. But that's rare. I don't think they can do 1,000 kilometers. I don't think they're so good from 100. But I think they're very good from 200 to 800 kilometers. Really good. What you see
Here we have a visitor from Indonesia. Yeah, but he looks very beautiful. He's also a beautiful guy.
They look beautiful at the moment. They're mature, huh?
Yeah.
They're ready for breeding. They're molting. The molt is finished. They're really good. They're really healthy because I had them checked 3 weeks ago, and they're all perfect.
So, guys, this was the pigeon. And as we just said, he is, you can see that's direct from Black Boy. And he's a really, really good breeder, inclusive his father to Honey, the best youngster in
Last year. She was my best youngster. Yeah.
And also, if you go to the first blood in the auction, there's
number two.
Number two, yeah. Sorry, that's another brother.
Yeah.
From the same.
That's a nestmate from 010.
Yeah.
They're two nestmates because they're both rings that I killed pigeons from, but they're from the same nest. They're two nestmates.
Yeah. Super. Yeah. Do you have any more pigeons?
What?
Do you have more pigeons to show?
I only took 6 out. I thought.
Yeah. Good.
I should have taken more, but I thought 6 is enough. But the quality is really superb. Really. All of them. If somebody should buy them and receive them and say this is not a good pigeon, send them back to you. You can kill it, and I'll replace them, no problem. But it won't happen. It's guaranteed it won't happen.
Yeah, they look very healthy and very nice.
And they're selected. What I don't like, I kill. I don't sell.
No.
Of course, there are going to be bad ones in it. There are going to be good ones in it, but we don't know which one they are. Maybe you do, but I don't.
No. I think that if anybody would know what good pigeons are, they would be very rich.
Yeah, you would be multi-millionaire, and we would have less pigeons.
Yeah, exactly. Okay. But so any new plans for next season, or is it? What
do you mean? No, I didn't bought any pigeons this year. I bought a lot of pigeons last year, which I have a few crossing in the auction. We bred enormously good pigeons as a young bird. I'm very pleased. I think it's the best pigeons I bought. The best crossing I have for the last 20 years. That says a lot, eh?
Yeah. And
I mean it. I don't know if they're going to be as good as an old bird. I hope so. I think so. They look unbelievable. But they flew from Bayonne, unbelievable. Really, really good.
Yeah.
Really. Yeah. And I have a few in the auction that are those crossings. I'll tell you the numbers.
Yeah, I can see if I can find it here.
Number 284. Yeah, from the captain, is one. I thought so.
284, the captain we have in.
Yeah, from the captain. And then 376, Speedy's girl, from a daughter of Speedy, which is also a very, very dominant breeding, Speedy. Directly out of Speedy, direct out of him, I never had a great pigeon. Never. Unbelievably, he was second national ace pigeon. He was second national Olympiad pigeon. When he flew a first prize, he flew minutes ahead. And then the race was normal. And after that, it was only a few minutes. But directly out of him, I never had a good pigeon. But second, third, fourth generation, they pop up now and really breed very good. Really good.
Yeah. And that's with some Leo van Rijn on it.
Yeah, they come from the pigeons from Leo van Rijn. Some are from the pigeons of Willem de Bruin from Leo, which like with the captain from Titan, really good, really good. So.
Now I want to see if I can. So,
Yo.
okie dokie. But of course, we're very pleased to have such a good auction from you, and we know that the birds are a good quality, and also with this video, we hope that we can make a shout out to the people in the world that we have this auction.
If they want them, they want them. If I cannot change that.
No.
I am, and they're not so popular, maybe, but they're damn good. I believe it. I bought a lot of popular pigeons that not even can go to their tail, and then they have to go in me. I don't keep pigeons that have a nice pedigree that I can sell, and looking Saturday and Sunday and looking and nothing's coming. I hate that. I really hate that. I want to win. I want to win on Saturday. I want to win on Sunday. So.
Oh, we have here a question asking about lot 9.
I don't know it from my. Can you help me?
Yeah, I help you. We go to the website, lot number 9. It's a daughter from Cartouche.
Yeah. It's the same. It's one of those 3 brothers that bred all the first prize winners.
Yeah,
and it's a nice pigeon. It's not a real big pigeon. It's a nice medium-sized pigeon, really nice.
And then we have also again the million lines from Avon.
Yeah. This year, the first prize winner in the Union was a sister of that one against 1,200 or 1,300 pigeons, I think. The second race, I think, in the Antwerp Union. And then she flew around for 3 minutes. Otherwise, she would have been the fastest from 15,000 pigeons provincial. I couldn't get her in. There was so much wind, and she flew, and I thought, oh, this is going to be nothing. And she still won the Union, still won the club. So they really bred good pigeons, really.
Super. I hope that was a good question for you, Kevin. Let's go on here. But I believe that next season we're gonna see each other again in the club.
Yeah, you're gonna compete again, eh? So
I hope we do a little bit better next year.
Everybody hopes to do better. Yeah. I only hope I get him in the right condition.
Yeah.
And I hope you're gonna do young birds. I'm not such a young bird specialist, but I had an unbelievable team of young birds this year. But I'm not that young bird specialist, and I don't want to throw them away on the national races. You know how hard it is, the national races with young birds. It's really, really hard. Yeah. But I think you're going to be a good competitor. But I'm more in old birds. I like old birds better.
Yeah.
Of course, if they fly like this year, I like young birds better. But we'll see each other. We'll compete.
Yeah, let's hope for a good season with some.
Let's hope for good weather and nice races. That's the most important thing. Not bad weather.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it was very nice to meet you here online again.
Yeah, and I love to do it, so no problem.
Yeah, that's good. And we wish you all the best for next season, and all the best for the participants on the auction on Sunday.
Yeah.
Take care, and send our regards to your wife. And
you to your brother.
Yeah, thank you. And then we see each other.
Okay, thank you very much.
Okay, take care.
Okay, bye-bye.
Okay, bye-bye. Okay, guys, that was direct from Belgium, our friend Van Elsacker, and he has a very good auction online, and I think you should do yourself the pleasure to go to the auction. Some really, really nice pigeons, and when you go and look on the results on the pigeons, you really see that they are half brother, half sister, or direct from the good races. So that's the birds we want to have on the loft. That's the bird we need to have on the loft. Birds with results and not only a good pedigree. They really you need to see some first prizes on the pedigree you buy. So here you have the chance to buy some birds. Yeah, that's Dylan again. Thank you. I appreciate such honesty about his birds and his knowledge. Something so rarely seen these days. Yeah, I agree on that, Dylan. And I also hope that you see that with these live videos, we cannot hide anything. We need to say things as they are, because we're live, and that's what we want to do. We want to be live with the birds, and we want to be live with the friends all over the world selling the birds. So yeah, but I would go now. It's lunchtime, and then I will leave you to your lunch also if you're in Europe, and to Dylan in USA, you can have your breakfast now. So take care out there, guys, and all the best, and have a nice weekend coming. Bye bye.